It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Commanders and the Cowboys, and it's coming up next.
PA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaud alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Cowboys in this matchup. Bottom line, there are not many defenses in the league that seem up to the task to slow down their ground game. But this might be one of them, and in everything that they have said and done this week, they feel confident that they're ready.
And I like how you set this whole thing up because it comes down to this to me. These first few carries, they're going to be exciting, they're going to be physical, they're going to be battles. Each side trying to establish control in this game.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Prescott. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And they'll be let out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson: 11 carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Howell's throw complete to Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Throwing again on second down. Howell. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Going right back to Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 70 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Foul to the air on 1st and 10. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. These two teams all tied after one. And Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Howell throwing on 1st down here. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin, 31 yards. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And Howe will throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. On 1st down, Howe. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college, because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
Howell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Another throw for Howell. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Touchdown! Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll stay on the ground. It's Pearman again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First down, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Over the dime worked on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. And we'll get another look now at Sam Howell in this Commanders offense. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed, it's
snail's pace.
Oh, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now they go play action with Howell. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Amadi Oruwariye. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Out of his end zone, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. This time they stay on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that one. Jalen Reagor up near 100 yards receiving with a touchdown as well. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. 3 Tua Tagovailoa touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And currently, they are tied with the visiting Bills in that one. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And it's been the passing game.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late-season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Well, they found him 8 times in that first half, and this is his first catch of quarter number 3. First down, Hal to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A huge play there for Washington. 44 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. With a play fake, and now here's Hal to throw it. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's Hal with another throw. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing. Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number one, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. And he finds McLaurin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Here's Howell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Howell looking to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging it. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And able to get this out to the 25. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Cowboys have recovered. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another drive. Back now in Arlington, 2nd and 9. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter play. Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Bracket.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Joseph Osai drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Howell. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And they're going to speed things up here. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Second and 10, Howell. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. And once more, Howell back to the air. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Prescott yet again. That's caught once again by Gallup. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott got his man complete over the middle. That's Hardy. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dalton Schultz, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
He's got McLaurin finding space at the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Amadio Ruoria, he's the one who got a hand on it and broke the pass up. after the incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Howell. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
4th down, Howell. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. He'll get it inside the 20. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. York now for the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 7, 37 seconds to go. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Hardy. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Dak. This is caught. It's Hardy. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back in Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play, has them in field goal range with a chance to win. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock, this for the win. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. That was an excellent comeback.